The last thing I want to bring up from Tomlin Tuesday here, Anthony McFarland is a guy that could be returning from IR this week. Tomlin said that, they'll monitor him. He practiced all week last week. I talked to Anthony. He said he feels great. Was dealing with a knee injury, shut down for 4 weeks. Godwin Igwabuke, excuse me, had one return for 15 yards in his absence this past weekend as a kick returner after they released Gunnar Olszewski. Do you think Anthony's coming back? He's got 14 days now to make his return to the Pittsburgh Steelers. Otherwise, he'll be shut down for the season. The Steelers tend to do these things. Last year was Kello Witherspoon and Calvin Austin, where they opened the window, never activated them from the window. They got shut down for the whole season. Anthony McFarland the year before was dealing with some stuff, ended up being inactive for most of the year. I mean, Zach Banner a couple of years ago, that was before your time here. Zach Banner was a guy who he suffered a setback. He thought he was going to be just fine. Spent the whole year on IR. Do you look at Anthony as a possibility that that's the same thing that's going to happen to him, or do you hope that he comes back?
God, I really hope that is not the case, man. I was one of the people beating the Ant Mac drum all during training camp. I loved what I saw from him. I think everyone loved what they saw from him. This was supposed to be a big year for him, and it's a little disappointing how much he's, just how he fell to the wayside, how that injury really affected him. So this would be a real sad. Yeah, I'll call it sad. Yeah, it'd be really sad if this is just how this promising season kind of comes to an end. So I really hope not. I mean, just with every passing day that he's not activated, you're less and less optimistic, It's just, as time wears on, the odds that when you get closer to that deadline, it does not make you feel any better. And
yeah,
it's not like the Steelers couldn't use him. It's not like he's a completely, obsolete guy. His skill set would be really valuable to this team. So I really hope he comes back. I can't say, I don't know. I get less and less optimistic with time, and I'm not very optimistic today. And if you ask me tomorrow, I'm going to be even less optimistic until the day he gets activated, quite honestly. So I really hope not. But
I agree. He seemed like a guy, and then I got rumbles last week that, he wasn't going to be activated, and I was a little surprised. And then he wasn't activated, and I went, okay, well, got to believe what you hear. This week I've heard some of the same, that the Steelers just don't have plans right now to add him back to the. It just doesn't make any sense to me. If Godwin Igwabuke came in here and was just killing it, and he was the dude, and the Steelers found a diamond in the rough, that's cool. That makes a lot of sense. But they didn't. They don't. Nobody's worked as a kick returner since Anthony McFarland in week 1. What are you holding him back for? What is the issue here? I just don't. But it's a classic Pittsburgh Steelers move to just say we'd rather be cautious, and this isn't a guy that is a key element to the team, even though he is. I don't know. I think it's a wait and see thing. I agree with you. Every day that passes makes me more and more nervous. If I'm somebody that's sitting around going, I'm pretty positive he's coming back, just from what I hear, and you could believe me or you don't believe me, that's on you. But I've heard that, that's very, very much so still up in the air, which stinks because, like I said he looked good. I thought he's looked good, just doesn't make much sense to me, but it's where the Pittsburgh Steelers are currently. Again, we'll wait and see. The other name to monitor injury wise before we move on here, Cole Holcomb dealing with an ankle. That's definitely a pretty big blow to the Pittsburgh Steelers, but I got to say, man, Quan Alexander's been killing it so much the last 2 weeks that if I'm picking an inside linebacker one for the Pittsburgh Steelers, it's Quan Alexander right now.
I don't know if I'd go that far, but yeah, I mean, you feel much more comfortable with. I mean, I think Landon Roberts has been pretty good. I think.
Yeah. But Roberts isn't a pass guy.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, but I think Cole's been pretty good too. But you can definitely. But I mean, Cole returned to he hurt in the Rams game, came back. So I don't know. I think this might be just a little bit more nagging, and I think he'll probably end up being all right. But I think you can also survive with just Quan and Landon Roberts. I'd feel good about that rolling into the Jags game with just them. So you hope Cole comes back, but I'm pretty optimistic he'll end up playing on Sunday.
Yeah, those two and a little Mark Robb.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
could
yeah.
go with a
We'll
little
just
Mark Robb.
sprinkle a little Mark Robb in
A
there for
little
fun.
Mark Robb. I'd be
Yeah.
about it. I would like to see a little Mark Robb in regular season defensive action here. Wouldn't be upset about it.